Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. It's going to be a brief video. This is Washington Irving Park, and you pull in from there off of Memorial right in there. So if you blink, you'll miss the turn in. And if you're familiar with my channel, I did a video, albeit grainy and probably jumpy, of this area here. So this is a very, very nice park. A lot of shaded area, and this is why I really like this area. There's a little playground area up here. It was under development in the past and I wasn't able to get good footage of it. This is probably one of the most beautiful parks in the Tulsa Metro area. And I would say, like, this to me tops Woodward Park, because Woodward Park gets so much traffic and everybody's taking pictures, engagement pictures, wedding pictures, and graduation pictures and things. It can get a little crowded, and it's a popular picnic spot. You do have some water there. Walking up, you can drive through where I parked and come in this area, into this parking area. I parked back there because there was trees and there was some shade, but I love the fact that there are covered areas over here that you can sit at, even though you're still exposed to the sun. So, you know, take covered with a grain of salt. That's the thing about summer, man. That sun goes everywhere. So this is a cool area. You have some nice greenery and some nice flowers in here. That's a beautiful touch. I like that. This area is nice. You can sit on. And this lawn is really nice too. This kind of reminds me of Scissortail Park in Oklahoma City, if I'm being honest. As you can see, it says Washington Irving River Park over here. This was not done whenever I did my initial video of this area. Honestly, seeing this is like my new favorite park. And there's also a walking area that walks along Riverside here off of Memorial, which is nice. This is a great alternative if you live in the Bixby area or you pass through the Bixby area to Riverside Drive. Kind of surprised at this type of lawn they have, but this is nice. You have some covered areas over here. I mean, indirect sunlight probably from like 10 to 3 or 10 to 2. You probably have pretty good coverage in these covered areas, so I'm not really mad at that. This is a very clean and neat layout. I like how this is set up because you can see everything. And I guess there's a trail off into that area a little bit. I like how they kind of have a hill surrounding that park there. That's super nice. I'm not gonna go over there. It's a kid's park. Not really for me, but that's a closer look if you want it. All right, and so here's the illustrious Arkansas River. So they have let a little bit more water, I think, from Keystone down into the river, because down in Tulsa, you can't mess with Zinc Lake right now. They said the water's moving a bit too fast. So this isn't necessarily walking on the water, but this is a beautiful landscape here. I like it. You could potentially take a kayak out here or a canoe if you wanted to. There's the pedestrian bridge there. And like I said, there is a walkway that does kind of go alongside the river. I'll see if that trail still exists over there, but this is very, very nice. Just wanted to give you a quick view of this area. You have these benches here, which are nice. Those are probably hot, even though they're wood. But yeah. All right, so you also have these kind of lookout, binocular contraption kind of thing. I mean, it's not the best image. You're better off having binoculars. It's better than nothing. It may be cool for kids, but I do like the design here. When the river rises or if we get heavy rains, this area is not gonna immediately flood. So we're sitting probably about, I don't know, 15 feet up. If the river does go up 5 feet or so, you know, there is kind of a buffer and a barrier so the park doesn't flood. Let's walk this way. You do have some sand over here, so you can walk down here and do some fishing. So you can go to the shore. There is shore access, but it's not like a massive shore point here. It just kind of makes its way around there. Not like a ton of space. You come down these steps and kind of walk up here. So we'll walk up this way. So it looks like they have like a sandy area. I guess you could probably lay out and tan here. So probably took some sand off the shore and incorporated into these areas. You have more covered seating over here. Folks, thank you for watching. I'm sorry for the abrupt change of venue. In this part of the video, I'm actually walking on the pedestrian bridge. You can kind of walk up from the area I was just in to this bridge. I don't know what happened. This is kind of an impromptu video where my phone was at 10%. I decided to pull over and film a little bit of this area, and I think I changed phones and then I deleted a clip. And so there's kind of a missing transitional walk up to this area, but it's very nice no less. This is a good little date spot, little walking area where you can get some exercise, stretch your legs. So let's continue the video. But I'll show you this part of the bridge. You can put a lock here. So yeah, pretty dope. All right, folks, I'm so sad my phone is dying, but this is a long bridge. And there is parking here, signage right here and right here. I think this is the way I went last time to go down by the river. So there is space still here. So I'll try to show you some before my phone dies. I'm at like 2%. All right, so quickly before my phone dies, this is a trail and it goes along the river. Beautiful. And then you could potentially walk down this way to get to the river. So I'm so elated that there's a trail here. I knew it, and it's nice too. This would be another good date area if you were like walking. You could do like a picnic right here, kind of out of the way. All right, I'm gonna walk down here and see if I can get some more footage before the phone dies. All right, folks, this is as far down as I'm gonna go, but I hope this kind of tickles your taste buds. This is just a beautiful area. Even though it's super hot, there's shade, there's peace, there's tranquility, and there's green. So definitely a W for the Tulsa Metro area, and I'm glad this place was developed. And yeah, and there is a second entrance to come in here more directly off of this road. So you can just drive in there to go directly in. You have benches, or a bench off the road you can just sit in. And there is the pedestrian trail there. So finally, from where I parked, this is Memorial. And you can walk under here. I don't know where the trail goes there or where it goes here.